What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time for Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Episode 9, to be reviewed. So before I get into the review, I just want to mention a couple things real quick. Number one, Toriko review. Obviously, like I said in my Hunter x Hunter video, I was too busy to get it done, but that's kind of good, because I need to think about this chapter, because I'm not a big fan of this new chapter of Toriko that just came out. I'm not a fan of it at all, so definitely want to sit on this chapter, look into it, think about what was said, look at some previous chapters, and then I'll talk about it in the next Toriko chapter review that I make. So there's that. Number two, I'll do one more Civil War video. I know, a third fucking Civil War video. It's going to be the Pet Platypus trilogy. You're going to have the main review, the continuity video, and then one more video. But I'll probably do that next week, probably Tuesday. So I'm gonna try to get another Young Justice video to you guys, like, probably tomorrow. So, with that being said, getting on with the review. First off, the opening. I didn't mention the opening before, I don't think. I mean, I think I might have mentioned that they added echoes to it and everything, but I don't know if I talked about the revamped new version of it with like the new instrumental track. I actually prefer this version of the song. I think this version of the song is better. It's more dynamic. It fits the tone of the series really nicely. I definitely like this newer version. I don't know if they're going to keep changing it periodically over the course of the story to fit the tone of what's going on or whatever. I don't really see a correlation currently between this version of the song and what's currently happening in the story, so I don't know if they're just going to revamp it every once in a while for the fuck of it, or if this is the new definitive version, but I happen to prefer this version of the song. I think it's really cool. Now, as for the episode itself, Bitches Be Crazy Part 2, Crazy with a Vengeance. This shit was phenomenally hilarious, psychotic, bizarre, pardon the pun, but this was truly a funny episode. And I don't know if some of this was intended to be funny, but when this bitch has a padlock on the fucking door of the bathroom that the only way you can get open is by figuring out the year that Christopher Columbus discovered America, that shit is comedy gold. It's creative, it's funny. Oh, it was great. And then, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go pick up some oil, we'll have some Italian food, I'll sit you down in the electric chair, it'll be great. You know, she's so nonchalant about working on an electric chair in the back room. Very funny. I loved it. It was hilarious. Again, I don't know how much of this was intended to be funny, but I found it to be hilarious. But anyways, moving on from the funny, psychotic stuff that just keeps escalating, we start escalating into more of a darker psychotic side of her, where she's basically, at this point, ready to kill Koichi. She's just ready to fucking rip this kid apart. She really gets pissed off at him at the end, but around the mid to later part of the episode, when he gets Echo's Act 2, she's just at the point where she's just like, alright, if you don't say you love me, I'm gonna kill you. And Koichi, like a motherfucking boss, he's just like, nah, I don't like you. He just says it right to her face. It's awesome. And I guess I should talk about Echo's Act 2 a little bit. Echo's Act 2 is awesome. If you touch if he puts a sound effect down and you touch it, that will then happen to you. If you touch his fucking whoosh sound effect, you'll get blown away by wind. If you touch his fucking fire or heat sound effect, it'll burn you. It's really, really cool. It's a really creative power. He even changes, like, the molecular structure of this fucking, if that's the right scientific term, fuck it. If he changed the molecular structure of this rock spike, where she's about to land on it, and it has a bounce sound effect on it, so it literally springs her off like rubber. It is a crazy hacks ability, but it's super cool. You can do all kinds of creative things with it. It, in and of itself, is very creative. And yeah, Echo's Act 2 looks great in design. It's fantastic. I love it. Koichi has a great stand. I love all the stands for the main Part 4 cast so far. I mean, I guess, Okuyasu's isn't, like, boring or anything. It's just, it's kind of like, you erase stuff, and like, it's kind of one note, you know what I mean? It's a cool power, it's extremely hacks, and it can definitely be used in a lot of cool ways, but all in all, it is sort of a one-note type ability, whereas Josuke, yeah, he heals things, but what he can do when he's healing things is very cool, you know, trapping Surface's hand inside the bottle, punching his mom through the stomach to trap fucking Aqua Necklace in a bottle. I know that was 2 bottle ones, so it sounds very one note based on those examples at a glance, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I love all these stands in this part in particular. They're not as battle oriented as the stands from part 3, but I think that's a nice contrast. Speaking of contrast, I love when Koichi gets pissed. When Koichi gets pissed, I love the personality change where he just don't give a fuck and he'll say what he needs to say. It's really cool. It's a nice contrast to his normal shy and timid personality. But it's not so much of a contrast that you're like, wow, he's like a totally different character. You sort of get that vibe, but you still see Koichi's core elements in there. With the exception of maybe when he was with the Lock dude, Tamiya or whatever his name is, Tamamiya or whatever the fuck. And he's like, oh yeah, bring me 500 grand. Nah, I'm just kidding. That was kind of out of character, but it was still kind of funny and badass, so I liked it. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable episode. I like when he used the electrical wire to shock her when she grabbed the doorknob. That was really, really cool. Just how fucking psycho crazy she gets at the end. And of course, because he saved her, she is still in love with him. And it's just, but at least she's not like so obsessed that she wants to like kidnap him again. At least she's like, I'll just admire him from afar and that's enough. Because this bitch is thirsty as fuck. It's insane. But, it was a fun episode. I like that Josuke was able to figure out where Koichi was. It sort of adds to his intelligence, kind of characterization. It's very light, but just the fact that, you know, he knows to look for Koichi. He knows that Koichi disappeared. He's not an idiot. And, you know, he sees, you know, he hears over the phone, oh, there's waves. They're by water. Like, I like that he figures it out very quickly. He shows his intelligence. Which is the total contrast from Okuyasu, who is just a complete idiot, but it's hilarious. No, not much else to say about this one, though. I'm glad they finished this arc in 2 parts. I think it fit 2 parts. The pacing was really nice. I like the story progression. The stand user encounter got finished. I guess you could say Yukako's character has some development because she's no longer as obsessed with him as she was before. She still loves him, but she's like at a distance now. And, Koichi, of course, getting his stand upgraded. That was obviously kind of pushing his character and also a little bit of the story. So, all in all, it was a really, really great episode. The animation was good. The artistic Jojo flair was good. Hey, her hair turned white and it wasn't even a color palette swap. It actually changed color. I don't know why. I think it goes back to being black, so that's weird, but whatever. I guess saying it goes back to being black kind of shows that she'll come back, but she lived, so yeah, she'll come back. And I like that too. I like that a lot of the Part 4 antagonists live so that, you know, if you need to bring them back, you bring them back. If you don't need to bring them back, you don't bring them back. I think it's really cool. But yeah, the next episode should be a little fun one. It looks like it's going to be a 1-parter. I know what arc it's based off of, and it definitely only needs to be 1 part. Not that it's bad, but it definitely does not need to have like a cliffhanger in the middle or nothing. And then the next arc after that is going to be pretty dope skis, and I'm going to enjoy that one quite a bit as long as they animate it well and everything. And then after that, I don't really remember the order of events. But the next arc after the next episode should be about 2 parts, I would say. But it'll be good. I really think it'll be really, really good animated. Speaking of animation, Echoes as a stand works so much better in the anime as opposed to the manga, because in the manga, you get the idea. There's sound effects going off, okay. But in the anime, with the sound effects actually happening and you can hear them, I mean, it obviously just works better. It's just something that anime have over manga. Pretty much anything sound-based is going to be better in the anime version, unless they fuck it up. But Jojo didn't fuck it up, so yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, though. I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was a great episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It was funny, it was action-packed, it was creative, it was everything you love about JoJo in one episode. So, yeah, definitely liked this one. Definitely going to give it that 8.5 out of 10. Great episode. But what did you guys think of this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? You guys can tell me in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up, share it on social media. Both will help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. If you got this far in the video, you must have liked it at least a little bit, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.